Hey everybody, welcome back to Kindred Spirits on the Roof. Last time we discovered that Megumi and Sachi cannot actually have sex because, being spirits means you can't really touch each other. Surprise, surprise. Though I think it's totally fair that they wouldn't have realized that until the time came. And we also got to get into Yuna's head and see what's been going on with her since Hina's confession. And I gotta say, my heart goes out to her. I mean, her and Hina both. I was in a very similar situation in high school, and yeah, I confessed to a girl who acted just like how Yuna's acting now. Though she was more in the Ihara vein of personality, but maybe not as mature as Ihara, so she spent a lot of time thinking and not really understanding her feelings, and I'm very empathetic to that position to this day as a result. And yeah, my heart just goes out to Yuna and to Hina too, because I was the one who was on the side who was waiting for weeks going, can't you just give me an answer? And those awkward moments when you're hanging out together but it's really tense because you have those like unanswered feelings hanging in the air around you. Yeah. So my heart goes out to both of them. I just, But the only way to get through it is to go through it, right? So let's get on with it. Over a week later, and I still haven't managed to change anything about my situation. It's still just as hard to think now as it's been this whole time. I'm still keeping Hina waiting, still searching for my answer. Today, like always, we ate breakfast before her morning practice, with the same awkward conversations as always, because of me. Hina continues to wait patiently for my answer. She hasn't pressed me or anything. As soon as I stepped into the hallway after classes, I let out a sigh. I'm pretty sure I was thinking all through classes today, too. I was trying as best as I could to concentrate on the material, but actually it's like I can't help but lose track if I'm not concentrating. I can't really remember what we just went over. I think I managed to take notes well enough at least. Hopefully they'll make sense to me when I go over them later at home. Do you have a minute, Tomi-san? While I was waffling over whether I should get something to drink to take my mind off of things, I heard Sono-sensei call my name. Oh, sure. What is it? Well, I was just curious. You didn't really seem to be paying attention in class. Huh? I didn't? Right, my last class was literature, Sono-sensei's class. I could manage to recall that at least. I guess I really wasn't paying attention. I must have been so out of it even Sono-sensei noticed. Was I really that bad? I'm sorry. Oh no, that's not it. I didn't want to scold you or anything. It's Tsukio-chan! Oh, Surigomini-san. When did she get behind Sono-sensei? She pounced out of nowhere. Oh, it's Tomi-chan. What's up? Did Tsukio-chan get something wrong in class again? I haven't gotten anything wrong. And what's again mean? And let me go and call me sensei. Okay. What's going on though, Tomi-chan? Oh, I was spacing out in class, I guess. Spacing out? You? That's what Sono-sensei was. Oh, Tomi-san, you're not in trouble or anything. It's just, you seemed a little under the weather, so I was worried about you. Oh, okay. If Sono-sensei says so, she probably means it. I must have been really spacing out. Yeah, Tomi-chan doesn't really seem like the type to float off during class. You do seem kind of down. Are you okay? If you need some advice, Tsukio-chan would be happy to give you some. Really? Get off of me already, Surigomini-san! Oh, but Tomi-san, you can talk to me about anything if you need advice. Okay. Advice, huh? Sono-sensei is probably the perfect person to talk to about my current worries. She's a teacher, an adult, and I know that she's in a relationship with Tsurugamini-san. She would probably understand everything, like Hina being in love with me and my inability to answer her confession. But even if it doesn't seem like much, Sono-sensei said to me, still in Tsurugamini-san's arms, but for some reason I couldn't find the will to open up to her. Because Tsurugamini-san was with us? That's not it. I just didn't want to ask her advice right then. Tsurugamini-san and Sono-sensei seemed very close, but I know that it took time for their relationship to get that far. After all, Sono-sensei once called Tsurugamini-san's confession a common misunderstanding. I don't think she was wrong to say that. It just means that some people think that way. I thought it was a good attitude to take as an adult. But in the end, Tsurugamini-san realized that her feelings weren't a misunderstanding, and Sono-sensei accepted them too. And now they're in a relationship. Then what about me? What are my feelings? I love Hina, but what is this love? Is it something as straightforward as Tsurugamini-san's feelings, or is that a true misunderstanding? And what about Hina's words? Hina's feelings for me? Maybe Hina's just misunderstanding the feelings she has for me, since we've been by each other's sides for so long. Who can prove that my feelings and Hina's aren't a misunderstanding? Could Sono-sensei tell me that? I don't know. What if I told her the same thing as Tsurugamini-san once did? What would Sono-sensei tell me? I'm scared. Scared to hear the words of advice Sono-sensei would give me. She might tell me it's not a misunderstanding. I'm scared to hear that. She might tell me that it could be a misunderstanding. I'm scared to hear that too. What should I do? Now on top of not knowing, I'm scared too. I'm sorry, I can't. Tomi-san. I bowed my head, then sped off at a quick pace. I just need to get some distance from them. Looks like it didn't work after all. Your plan seems to have failed, Sachi-san. So I thought as I enjoyed the slightly nostalgic flavor spreading through my mouth. The roof, at lunchtime, the three of us sat on our usual bench, Yuna squished between Sachi-san and me. Both of us were sticking right up against her like we'd done on Oban. That was why we could share Yuna's senses a little. It's sweet, but it's a little weird. That little crunch when you bite into it, there's something weird about that. But the soft texture after that is exactly as I remember it. The flavor. Was it this fruity before? I thought it was more a simple sweetness. It is good. Sachi-san's enjoying it, so that's good. But this melon bread we're eating, it's a little different than I remember it. Why is this melon bread all hard on the surface? It's like crunchy. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Huh? I don't think it's weird. Really? Yeah, the crunchy part's the cookie dough. Cookie? Huh, so that's what melon bread's like nowadays. Hasn't it always been like that? What? But when I ate it, the whole thing was soft. Really? Well, I guess I don't know what it was like before I was born. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Yuna really pisses me off. She's supposed to be all depressed, yet she finds the time for her snarky little comebacks. If you're gonna complain, I won't eat anymore. Oh no, I want more, Yuna-san. Sachi-san, you haven't forgotten our goal today, have you? We were worried about Yoka-san and Aki-san, but they got away with just a warning. Nobody else seems to be running into any issues either. We haven't found any new couples or anything, so we actually didn't have a reason to call Yuna up on the roof today, but the three of us eating melon bread together like this is supposed to be for her sake. That's right, it's all Yuna's fault that Sachi-san's pressed up all close to her on her other side. because Sachi-san's so worried that she keeps failing to give Hina-chan a reply. It's gotten so bad that we can hardly stand to keep watching. That's why we're doing this now, so that'll cheer her up a bit, hopefully. We thought that Yuna would be totally out of it, but she's got enough energy to make fun of me at least. The melon bread was Sachi-san's request, since she never had it before. She asked Yuna, who went and bought it at the school shop, and now we're eating it together. But sure enough, as soon as the conversation drops, Yuna goes all space cadet. I think our plan has failed, Sachi-san. I do like the name Sachi-san gave it, though. Operation You Can Do It, Yuna-san. I love that name. I love the operation names. I wish we had more of those in the game. They're wonderful. This is as much as I'll have, okay? I really can't eat 3 whole pieces of melon bread. Yes, just finishing this one will be enough. Could you take another bite, please? After she finished the first one, Sachi-san had asked her to eat more. Yeah, Sachi-san, it's starting to seem like you're only in this for the melon bread. Oh, that's great. I feel like Sachi being excited over food and drink and new senses is a whole kind of new side of her personality that we haven't really gotten to see until we found out she could possess Yuna. And I love Sachi wanting to try all these new things. And that's very in character for her too, because I think naturally Sachi is very curious, especially about things she hasn't experienced. Like, she took a fascination with Yuna's cell phone, she was fascinated with the computers, and yeah, she wanted to drink Coca-Cola because she saw other students drinking it and always wondered what it tastes like, and now melon bread. So I think it is very in character for her, but to see her get like even more excited about the food, maybe because she's experienced that stuff firsthand, so to say, it's quite an interesting new like shade of her personality. It's very cool. Though you're cute and wonderful like that too, of course. It really is delicious. The sweet part is all crisp and crunchy, and the bread is so fluffy. So this is what melon tastes like. Huh? Have I said something strange? Sachi-san, what should I do? Should I tell her the truth? That melon bread doesn't have melon in it? I should tell her, right? Melon bread doesn't actually have melon in it. What? Really? Yes. So this isn't what melon tastes like. Right. Whoa, Sachi-san looks devastated. But then why is this called melon bread? Huh? Wait, why is it? I'd always just thought of it as bread with that name, but I wonder why. Well, that's because the cracks on the surface of the cookie look sort of like the husk of a muskmelon. My, is that so? So that's why. Wow, I never knew that. Don't sigh. I know it's not because you're making fun of us. I know you're just lost in thought again, but come on, we're trying to cheer you up, so how come we have to feel like you're teasing us? Okay, that's it. Oh yes, thank you, Yuna-san. Thank you. We aren't done here, though. I'm so pissed, yet Yuna stands up and... I'm sorry, I've got to get going. Says that! Right, really, Yuna-san, thank you. Nah, see you. What are you doing hurrying back to the classroom now, making Sachi-san's care and concern all go to waste? I'll go with and curse you. Yuna-san. Oops. Oh, she stubbed her toe on the door. That looks painful. Yet she leaves all the same. Geez, really? Pull yourself together, Yuna. How are we supposed to ask you for your help when you're like this? I wonder if Yuna-san is alright. No, Sachi-san, she's not alright at all. It's up to me to give her a piece of my mind. We can always depend on Megumi for that. Being open and honest and confronting Yuna without any concern for anyone else's feelings. But that actually might be what Yuna needs, just a good kick in the pants. So, or a kick in the skirt, I guess. I mean, we've seen her wear pants. I don't know why I went off in that direction. But actually, that is actually what Yuna might need, really, at this point, is someone to sort of shake it up a bit. This coffee is bitter. How did I end up buying black coffee? I should have tried to get something from the vending machine while I was still lost in thought. What should I do? There's still more than half left. I don't really want to throw it out, but I'm not sure if I can finish it either. Not that I don't have more important things to worry about at the moment. Hey, Yuna. Oh, Nana-san. I set aside my dilemma and looked up to find Nana-san standing in front of me, holding a tray. Can I sit here? Sure. It's not that crowded in the cafeteria, but I can't exactly tell a friend to go sit somewhere else, can I? It's not that I want to be alone that badly. Guess I will then. Nana-san took a seat across the table from me. Fried rice was steaming atop her tray. Time for lunch. Now? Lunch period's already more than half over. That's probably why the cafeteria is not too crowded. Yep, I was taking a nap in my classroom since I didn't really get enough sleep last night. I see. Where are Ichiki-san and Futano-san? I told them to go eat lunch since I wanted to sleep a little more. Look, they're over there. Huh? Nana-san pointed with her spoon a little rudely, and I looked to see them sitting a little ways away. Ah, so there they are. Ichiki-san noticed me and waved. They're having a good time together like always. I just noticed you here and came over. I see. The three of them are together, as always, but I guess Nana-san can come over here to talk to me by herself now. And it looks like Ichiki-san and Futano-san are having a conversation of their own. Well, Umi's a little less annoying now. She can control herself a bit more. Uh-huh. I see. Huh? Nana-san was watching me while she ate her fried rice. Her face wore its usual sleepiness, but... Is it time for another one of Nana's crazy perceptions? You do look a little down, or maybe exhausted. Huh? Do I? Well, it's not like there are bags under your eyes or your cheeks are sunken or anything, but yeah. You think so. Exhausted. Is that really how bad I look right now? I know that Nana-san is a lot more perceptive than her sleepy appearance would suggest. She noticed Futano's feelings, after all. It sounds pretty convincing coming from her. Hey, Yuna. Yeah? Ano's worried about you. You get that, right? Mm-hmm. Nana-san was friends with Ano first, after all. I only became sort of friends with her later. I wonder if Ano told her about me. Ano hasn't really told me anything about you, but... She hasn't. She just said a friend of hers wasn't doing well. She hasn't said anything about you since then, which made me think it was still going on. And it looks like I was right. Nana-san really is perceptive. I didn't think Ano would go blab to other people about me or anything, but I guess her silence was just as telling. Am I really so bad that she can't talk to Nana-san about me? Or is keeping quiet Ano's way of being considerate? Well, I don't have the right to tell you to cheer up or anything, and I don't know what's got you down in the first place. But Ano's waiting for you to talk to her. Ano's... Yeah, she said the same thing a little while ago. I just couldn't work up the courage to confide in her. I still can't. This isn't exactly something you can tell other people about. It's not that I don't trust her. Ano knows me and Hina well. Yeah, you're not just telling a stranger, Yuna, you're telling a friend. And that's what's so interesting, is that Yuna seems to hold this perception with Ano like she's like they're not really friends, even though, I mean, she called Ano her sort of friend in this piece, but I would say they seem, the way we've seen them act with each other, they seem just like they'd be more than sort of friends, you know, like legitimately friends. So again, very just sort of telling about Yuna's character, and I like that little touch. It's nice. But maybe that's why I can't talk to her. I feel like Ano would probably have a hard time giving me advice, too. Ano's actually a pretty good person. You know that, right? I don't know if what's got you down is something you can tell her about or not, but, well, could you put her at ease for me? It's weird when Ano's restless. That's all I wanted to say. Maybe I did something out of character again. I might have caught Umi's busybody bug. That's all for me. Can I eat my fried rice? Yeah, go ahead. Nana-san picked up her forgotten spoon and started moving it again. She tossed the rice into her mouth at a good pace. Eating eagerly, she mentioned out of character, so maybe she was a little embarrassed. And I realize now that I've been worrying all sorts of people. Ano and Sono-sensei and Tsurugamini-san the other day, and Nana-san now. I've been trying to deal with it on my own, but I hadn't been hiding it at all. Everyone around me knew. Above all, Hina's the one who's being most considerate when she's still waiting for my answer. Soon. I have to answer her soon. What did you call me here for? After school, an unused classroom in the Hoshikan building. It may be unused normally, but it's kind of a spare classroom when it's needed, so it still has desks and chairs for convenience. It's open after school as a study room, though the first and second year students don't use it much. I entered that classroom after homeroom had ended. Oh god, more bloody messages, huh? Come to the unused classroom on the second floor after school. I'd been called there by a bloody message, and of course, there's only one person who would summon me like that. You're late. You were supposed to be here right after classes ended. I had homeroom and cleaning duty. What does she want? I allowed her natural bratty attitude to bait me, becoming a little hostile myself. It was better than spacing out and getting lost in thoughts anyway. I made sure Megumi was inside and checked out the window. There was no one. Well, it was the second floor, so that's only natural. Where's Sachi-san? The roof, maybe? Never mind Sachi-san right now. It's you I want, Yuna. Huh? It's not often that she says, like, never mind Sachi-san. Megumi's... This is serious business, Yuna. That's why Sachi-san's not here, I guess. It really must not have anything to do with her if Megumi told me to come to an unused classroom in the Hoshikan building. Is it something she doesn't want Sachi-san to hear? Well, what is it? Really, what does she want? The fact that we're not with Sachi-san on the roof means it's not going to be that someone's in some trouble or that they found a new couple or anything like that. I hope we can get this over with quickly. I have things I need to be thinking about. Yes, Yuna, the things you've been thinking about. Yeah, I totally get it. Well, spit it out already. I know, geez. Listen, Yuna. What is it? How long are you going to keep thinking about this? Hurry up and answer Hina-chan. Huh? Why is Megumi telling me this? And why is she using that tone? I don't get it at all. How many weeks do you think it's been? We all know what you're going to tell her, so hurry up and do it already. What? I don't know what I'm going to tell her. That's the problem. Don't act like it's obvious. It is obvious. You just haven't realized it yet. It isn't, so mind your own business. If it were obvious, I wouldn't be having all this trouble. I wouldn't be thinking so hard and worrying everyone around me. I wouldn't be keeping Hina waiting. It is my business. Anyway, I want you to hurry up and answer Hina-chan. It's got nothing to do with you, Megumi. It does. This is my problem, isn't it? I know I can't keep thinking about this forever. I know it has to end at some point. But I don't understand why Megumi is pushing me like this. 'Cause if you don't, Sachi-san and I will never be able to have sex. What? What's that supposed to mean? What does Megumi and Sachi-san having sex have to do with me and Hina? I really don't get what Megumi's saying. Sachi-san and I tried to have our first time again. Huh? But it didn't work. We can't touch each other since we're both ghosts. When did that happen? Not that I care, but they can't touch each other because they're ghosts? Really? I can see how that would be a problem. But what does that have to do with me and Hina? We finally saw everyone doing it and figured out how it's done, and... everyone? Umi-san and Sasa-san and Sono-chan and Kiri-san, Sachi-san and Maki-chan and Miki-chan. Oh, Sachi-san saw Maki-chan and Miki-san. I was like, wait a second, that something happened that I didn't realize happened. Oh no. Sachi-san saw Maki-chan and Miki-san. What? Why did I ask? And after we failed, we saw Yoko-san and Aki-san and Matsuri-san and Miyu-san. We learned a lot about how it's done, but whoa. So we know we have 2 more sex scenes coming up this month. Alright. I'm looking forward to it. What on earth are all of you doing at school? Right? I mean, who would have guessed? Sorry. My apologies for bursting out on that. Just, yeah, who knew so much sex was going on at school, you know? It's not fair that we still can't do it just because we're ghosts. Well, maybe, but... So you need to hurry up and answer Hina-chan. I don't get what that has to do with anything. Because if we possess you and Hina-chan, I can touch Sachi-san. And Sachi-san could touch me, then we could have sex. What? Do you understand what you're saying, Megumi? It's true that Megumi and Sachi-san can possess me, since they're ghosts. They can taste the food I'm tasting and things like that. And if they possess me more, they can even control my body. I know that, but... That's your plan? We made a deal that they won't possess anyone enough to control them. It's scary after all, but... They want to possess Hina and me and have sex with our bodies? That's right. I tried, but I couldn't think of any other way. That's the only way Sachi-san and I can have sex. No, you can't do that. You're going to refuse? Of course I am. If you refuse, I'll curse you for life. Even if you're going to threaten me, I don't want to. I already told you there's no other way. I'll just have to possess you even if you don't want me to, Yuna. Don't even joke about that. Why do Hina and I have to do something like that? Because there's no one else we can ask. That's true, but still, I don't want to do it. Ghosts possessing us and using our bodies for sex? I'd never agree, no matter how much you threaten and say you'll curse me. That's what I wanted to say, but... Megumi looked like she was about to cry. Maybe we could possess people we don't know, but I don't want to ask anyone other than you, Yuna. I finally thought Sachi-san and I could be together, but then it didn't work. But we finally found an answer, and it's the only way. I don't want to ask anyone other than you two. Tears flowed from Megumi's eyes, and not her usual crocodile tears. I'm sure you just think I'm self-centered and awful, Yuna. Well, I am. I am a self-centered, awful person. That's why I'm saying such selfish things. Hurry up and answer Hina-chan for my sake. And lend your bodies to me and Sachi-san. Megumi-san said, staring straight at me, even while the tears spilled freely from her eyes. If you don't, Sachi-san and I will never be able to have sex. We'll never be together. Sachi-san's wish was finally granted. She was able to help everyone and learn the things she wanted. So it's not fair, right? Sachi-san said we should wait until you give Hina-chan her answer, but I can't wait forever. Maybe it'd be different if you got a confession from some person you didn't know, but this is Hina-chan. I can't stand watching you sit around and hesitate like this. Hurry up and answer her, and grant Sachi-san's wish. Okay, this is my self-centered, awful request. And if you tell Sachi-san about this, I'll curse you for real. Got it? That's all I wanted to say. Goodbye. She said her piece and disappeared out of the classroom while I stood there dumbfounded. I think she really did just want to say her selfish thoughts without Sachi-san knowing about it. That's why she called me to somewhere in the Hoshikan building. She really is as awful and self-centered as always. But her feelings are always so direct, aimed directly at Sachi-san. I think it was back in June. Megumi just dumped what she had to say on me like today. I thought the same thing then, that she was direct. I was a little frightened by it too. But I'm not anymore. Now, I'm actually jealous of how resolute Megumi is in her feelings. I wonder how it was for Megumi. Did she get stressed at all about falling in love with Sachi-san? I understand Megumi's feelings and her situation, but I can't just agree to something like that. Besides, I haven't even answered Hina yet. I'm still not sure what I'll tell her. But I didn't know that something like that had happened between Sachi-san and Megumi, that they had this new issue. What does she want me to do? If I actually say yes to Hina, then I'll have to think about this too? Geez, this isn't getting easier. My head's just feeling heavier and heavier. I left the classroom long after Megumi had, my legs heavy. I just wanted to go home. Yunine! Hina. I heard Hina's voice at the main gate, and when I turned around, I saw her running toward me from the entrance hall. Going home? Wanna go home together? Huh? Sure. There's no reason for me to turn her down. Our houses are right next to each other after all. But I can't look right at the bright smile of hers. Flustered, I averted my eyes. What's wrong, Yunine? Well, no, it's nothing. I've seen Hina every day since her confession, and I'm still making her wait for my response. Like when we eat breakfast or dinner together, we've still got all our old routines. It's actually rare that we don't see each other, and it would be difficult to avoid her even if I wanted to. Even if I'm stressing about her endlessly, I still have to cook for her, and she acts the same as she always has. I'm trying to act as normal as I can too. Emphasis on trying. It's still a little awkward. Yeah? But today, after hearing what I had from Megumi today, I can't even look at Hina's face. I mean, I might end up like having sex with Hina. If we actually start dating, Sachi-san would probably ask me the same favor Megumi just had. Let the two of them possess us? In other words, lend them our bodies and have sex with Hina? I can't do that. Even thinking I can't do that, I'm still thinking about that. Yunine, your face is bright red. What's up? Well, since I'm thinking about it, I almost started picturing it. Sorry, I'm fine. I think it's pretty obvious that I'm not fine, but I don't want Hina to realize what I'm thinking, that I'm thinking about having sex with her when I still haven't even answered her. Do you have a fever? No, that's not it. I'm just, thinking, I almost answered, but it feels kind of embarrassing, pathetic even, to just tell Hina I'm thinking about something. when I'm imagining stuff like this, when I haven't given her an answer yet. Sorry, there's just some stuff going on. I'm really sorry. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You're not sick, right? Right. Then it's fine. Hina really is the same as always. She's not bothered that I'm keeping her waiting. It doesn't seem like it, but she's still waiting without rushing me. That makes me think that Hina is really strong, and I'm here thinking all this stuff next to her because of Megumi. Yuna, you're red all the way up to your ears. I hurriedly covered my ears, but they could still hear Hina's laughter. Yuna, you're weird. I glanced over at her and caught sight of her smile. She really looked happy. I only realized then how long it had been since we were able to go home together, maybe even since she confessed. The setting sun made that smile of hers brighter still, and I couldn't bear to look anymore. I could hide my ears, but I couldn't hide the glow of my cheeks. I am worn. This is tiring. Not in a bad way. It's just I feel the stress and the pressure Yuna's under. And it's very good because that means her character has been written pretty well and her experiences are pretty relatable, which I like. But I'm tired. And we're ending this one here. Next time, we will pick up on Monday the 15th. Back with Yuna again. We're going to see how long Yuna drags us out and see maybe if Megumi's words kind of push her to confessing or to answering Hina's feelings. You know, I don't really agree with what Megumi wants to do with Yuna. So I don't know where that plot's going, but I guess we'll find out. And either way, I still want Yuna to say something to Hina because she should. Whatever her answer is. So anyways, next time. Back to Yuna the 15th. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you on the next one. And take care out there, everyone.